I just wanted to explain what this concept is very quickly. So it's 15 minutes. And then we move on with our lives and our work life and BeWire technologies and Rhino and everything, all the amazing things that we do. Okay. So here's the thing. Strength and growth come from continuous effort and struggle. Okay. So this is a quote that I pulled up. And basically what happens is like everybody goes through struggle in their lives. There's nobody, you can't tell me there's one person in this room or in the world that doesn't go through some sort of struggle, whether it is at home, whether it is at work, in education, in everything in our lives. Some people unfortunately go through more struggle than others, right? But everybody goes through struggle. And I can count myself into the struggle as well. I've gone through a lot of struggle in my life, okay? But you know what? The thing is that we grow through struggle. And that's the only way we can grow, basically. It is through effort and struggle. And effort is also very important. One of the things that I want to point out here is the word continuous, okay? Continuous. It's not just a struggle one day or effort one day or growth one day. This is a continuous experience in our life, and it's part of life, right? So then I want to introduce you to the concept of growth mindset. So what is growth mindset? I pulled this up from Google, and it says, in a growth mindset, people believe that their most basic abilities can be developed through dedication and hard work. Brains and talent are just the starting point. This view creates a love of learning and a resilience that is essential for great accomplishment. So let me just take this apart and kind of show you a few of the keywords that are said in here that I think are super important. The first one is dedication and hard work over brains and talent, okay? And beauty as Andrew, or handsomeness, right? It's not just the looks, Andrew. So here's the thing. Brains. Let's talk about brains. Brains is, people that are smart. Okay, so people that are intelligent, you have a high IQ. Okay, and then there's talent. Talent is something that you're born with. So a talent is, you were born a good musician just because your father was a musician. It's just in the genes. It's a talent. Or you're good at sports because you have agility and you've been in a family where everybody's agile, right? So, but brains and talent, it's just a starting point. Everything else is dedication and hard work in life. So you learn through struggle, but through dedication and hard work, you can get to a growth mindset in better places in everything that you do. And then the other thing that I want to point out here is love of learning. Love of learning and growth mindset go hand in hand, okay? So love of learning is to be able to accept the challenges that you have and to move on. And that becomes a growth mindset. How do you build a growth mindset? So a growth mindset, you're not born with it. You actually, when you analyze this concept, you actually can make conscious decisions in your brain in terms of what is a growth mindset. And then you automatically are going to start learning things and new things and applying new concepts by just having this growth mindset. How do you go about creating a growth mindset? And that's what I want to show you. Develop a passion for learning. If you do, you will never cease to grow. Okay, so that's the kind of like the first quote. Why it is so important to have a growth mindset, because you're going to grow at the end in whatever capacity you want to grow, basically. And this is it. So you have two types of people, or two types of mindsets. Okay, you can relate a lot to the fixed type and the growth type. Everybody knows this concept in some sort of level. So you have those people that are like, oh yeah, they're afraid to make mistakes. You don't want to make mistakes because, of course, making a mistake is not very nice, especially when you have things that are extremely important, like, some of our critical clients that they need to be online and then they're scared. You don't want to make those mistakes, right? So, but people usually don't want to make mistakes, or some people don't want to make mistakes, but not making mistakes, you don't learn. Or I'll never be that smart. So the brains come into the picture again. I'm never going to be that smart. Well, we established that intelligence is only the starting point, or I know the best. I know best. So these are typical people that, for example, they think they know best, or they are not willing to bend the rules or to learn or listen to other people. This is good enough. These are other people that are, they don't like doing things properly, things the way they're supposed to be, even though they know that it should be better, but they don't want to do it. And then the other ones that I give up. This is too hard for me, so I give up. So these are And we all go through this type of fixed mentality at some point during our day, in our week. Oops, sorry. Yeah, through our day. And it's something unconsciously that we do. Okay, so we're negative and all of that. So on the other side, the green side, is the growth mindset. Whenever things happen to us in life, is people say it's for a reason. At least you have a learning point. So okay, I made a mistake. This is an opportunity for me to learn. Somebody's critiquing my work or what I'm doing. This is feedback, and feedback is valuable for me. You're doing a job, and then you question yourself: is this my best work, or is this the best I can do? If it is, then so be it. But if it's not, then you can refine your work. I improve with practice. Everything is practice in this life. Even like, oh my gosh, like you're playing the guitar, or somebody's playing the guitar is so amazing, and it's not because they have talent. They might have a little talent, but it's all the effort that they put into playing the guitar every day, day in, day out, that they sound so amazing. And you only wish that you could sound like that. Well, you're not going to if you only pick up the guitar once every month, right? So that's kind of like I improve with practice. And then at the end of the day is, I won't give up. And this translates not just to Bewire Technologies or Rhino Cybersecurity or anything that we do here in terms of work. This translates in life. This is a life lesson. And it's helped me, like a very curious person by nature. I love reading. I love finding out stuff and discover and learning. And that, I think, it's something that I have, that I was able to cultivate it. I wasn't born with it. And definitely right now I know way more than I did know 5 years ago, and I'm probably going to know more 5 years from now than what I know now, right? So this is the growth mentality, and the thing is that nothing is impossible, right? And I mean, this is kind of corny, the saying here, nothing is impossible, but if you look at the word impossible, it starts with I am possible. I am possible. In some sort of capacity, it's like pretty much everything is possible and accomplishable in your life and whatever you want to accomplish.